This is Hidden Springs State Park. Another one of our state parks. Like I said, of course, it's in the state of Illinois. And up there sits the 500. The 500 is a great bike to get out there and do some exploring. The 500 is not a great road bike. I mean, you can ride road, just as long as you don't get in a hurry. You can have a good time. And that's the key with anything. Just don't get in a hurry. You always have a good time. But anyway, it's the Hidden Springs. Beautiful park. And this is 1st of July. I don't know if we can see it or not, but there ain't nobody here. And the reason why is because this is one of those hidden gems that nobody knows about anymore. See, before they put the dam in, which was completed in the 70s, everybody had to come to the state park to go camping, or to a private campground, or know somebody that had some ground. Well, after they got the lake, well, nobody wants to sit out here when it's hotter than hell and there's nothing to do except look at the trees and you know, but I do. You know why? Because there ain't nobody here. Am I antisocial? I just enjoy being by myself. And do I get antisocial? Absolutely. When you get in town, you get around those people. It's almost like when they get in their car, they take a stupid pill or a crazy pill. They think, I own the road, and you better just get the hell out of my way. But they might be the nicest people there is in the world. If you'd stop by their house there and sit on their front porch there and drink a glass of lemonade, they might be the nicest people you ever met. Put them in a damn car, and guess what? They turn to complete and total fucking idiots. Seen it happen more than once. I try not to get any road rage. Even when I see somebody do something stupid, and they do something stupid to me, and most of the time I'm on the bike. But that's what I'm saying. I watch for them. I know people are stupid when they drive. I was in town here a while ago, and they talk about using your cell phone and driving. That's illegal, okay? And they talk about things dangling from your rear view mirror. Well, that's supposed to be illegal. Back in the day, before we got real stupid, we used to have gun racks in our trucks. I said, oh, that blocks your view. Well, it blocks your view, but you got two outside mirrors, so what the hell makes a difference? It was just a way of them enforcing their rules. And then I was on my way home. I had to go pick up some stuff from my wife. I was on my way home, and this gal turned in her truck there, and she had this dog sticking out the window on the driver's side, standing on her lap. And I'm going, I don't give a shit what you do. It ain't none of my business. But when you take your dog for a ride, okay, and it's in a spot where they can't see you, and she didn't see me because the dog was in the way, because I was on a motorcycle. And so all she seen was the back of this hairy dog's head, and she didn't see me. Damn near hit me. I thought, son of a bitch. So, like I said, I don't give a shit. You can have what you want. You can have a pet elephant. I don't give a shit. But when that pet elephant or that pet dog or that pet whatever it is, I don't care if it's what they call a support animal, I don't give a rat's ass, okay? If you're worried more about that support animal than what you are killing somebody on a motorcycle, it's time for you to rethink your priorities. I'm sorry, okay? I mean, I don't dislike animals, but I'm not an animal lover. Animals are fine. And we had a cat. We had a damn thing for 16, 17, 18 years. And when it passed away, I felt bad. It's like it was part of the family. I understand that, but don't let this animal take over your life to where you start making mistakes on behalf of the animal. That's horseshit. You've got to be responsible. But anyway, Hidden Springs, beautiful. You know, I guess I am too much antisocial. I'm just gonna call a spade, and I'm the spade, okay? And here's the deal. I was in town there, and I was getting gas. I was on the KLE 500. I pulled up there, shut it off, put gas in there, and there was some guy there, and I hate to say it because I don't like to really bash any motorcycle, but I'm just going to bash the riders because there's sometimes they're different. The guy was on a Harley. I got nothing against Harleys. I personally don't like them. They just never did fit me, and that's just long and short of that. And there's no. I'll tell you something else about that later on. But this guy pulled up there and he went inside there and he had his radio blasting, and I'm going, what the fuck? Turn that son of a bitch off. It's like I understand listening to music going down the road, but if I want to listen to music going down the road, I put in the MP3 player. You know why? Because I don't think everybody wants to listen to what I want to listen to. And so when these people just take it upon themselves, well, you'll listen to this because I left it on. I felt like walking over and not really turning it off, but taking something and just bashing it, knocking the shit out of it. I thought, you know what? If you want to be inconsiderate, I'm gonna be an asshole. Have common courtesy, okay? And then the guy come out there, and here again, I'm bashing on Harley riders. He was wearing his clown suit. He had little stickers and tags and all this kind of horse shit. And it's like, you can do whatever you want to express yourself, but don't get pissed off when I ain't impressed. I don't care, okay? I mean, I've done a lot of things in my lifetime too, but I don't go around there wearing a badge for everything I did, because if I did, shit, I wouldn't have no room for anything else. Yeah, some was I did was good, some I done was bad. But anyway, it's called consideration for other people. You pull up the gas station here, have the common courtesy, just turn the damn thing off. Just turn it off. And it's like, I like the sound of a good pipe just as much as the next guy, okay? But when it's you come up there and it's so ear splitting, okay, it feels like somebody just dropped a bomb on you. It's like, now come on now, you can't enjoy that either. It's all because I want somebody to look at me. Well, if you can't get somebody to look at you with all that bullshit, then you ain't nothing to look at anyway, okay? If you got a good personality and you talk like you got some sense and you treat people in a decent way, guess what? You'll get the recognition, you'll get the notoriety that you want, okay? You don't need all this other horse shit. And I'm going to bash on this because this is, you don't need all this stuff in your face, these rings and piercings and all this kind of shit. That's just, that's entirely up to you. If you want them, I don't care. But don't get pissed off if I look disgusted, and I've had that happen before. And they'll look at me and say, "You look kind of disgusted." I said, "Well, you ought to see what I'm looking at. To me, it's disgusting." But it's like, and I'm disgusting. I know it, but it's your personality, and it's what you emit is what's going to come back. Okay, what you're trying to push. Just do what you want. Anything in moderation is fine. But when you overdo it, I don't give a shit what it is. It's bullshit. Okay, just pure OD. You can have, I've known, well, my friend I ride with, he's got tattoos. He was in the Navy, and that's just the thing they did in the Navy. I can respect that. But boy, when you come out there and you see some gal there and she thinks that you ought to look at her because she's all covered with tattoos, from one end to the other, it's like, I'm not impressed. Sorry. But anyway, or some guy with, I've seen guys with what they call sleeves, and I'm going, it makes your arms look like you're dirty. My arms used to look like that when I used to change transmissions and underneath the car, underneath there in the grease. I had sleeves too, but they all washed off. So, but anyway, I guess I'm just ranting about shit. But everything, like I said, anything you do, as long as you do it in moderation, it's not harmful to you. And even in some cases, in moderation, you can have something that might highlight. I don't know. But when you go to extremes, enough is enough. Come on. But anyway, I'm just here, sitting here at State Park, and I'm here because I like being by myself. My antisocial self. Uh, you know, and before I would go get into a ride, I'd have to ride with people that's kind of got the same philosophy as me. They don't have to agree with me. Absolutely not. You know, I don't need no lackeys, and I don't need nobody following everything I say. You know, be your own person, but you know, just have the kind of the same ideas, I guess. You know, as far as mind your own business and just ride your ride. I don't I don't know. Well, you know, it's and life is funny, and people are even funnier because you never know what's going to go on. You never know what's going to run across. Uh, and and by the same token, people you look out there and you think, boy, I ain't got nothing to come with this person here. Give them a chance. You might find out they might be one of the nicest people you ever met. Give everybody a chance, okay? But anyway, I guess that's enough of that. I'm just kind of ranting and raving, and out here joining the. It's what 90, 91 degrees, 92 degrees. It's hotter. It's hotter than hell. But I'm out here riding my bike in a black T-shirt because that's what I always wore, just a black T-shirt. No writing on it, no billboard. I'm not a billboard. I'm not a stop sign. I'm not any kind of road sign, and I'm not an advertising. But it just a plain old black T-shirt because that's what I've always worn. You know, black T-shirt and pair of jeans. That's just me. Uh, try to be no frills because I know I ain't nothing, and I ain't trying to be anything that I ain't. So anyway, well, I guess that's kind of enough of that. Hey, get out and see and explore and do things you've never done before, and enjoy nature, enjoy the world, and enjoy people. But just remember, sometimes you're going to get surprised, and sometimes you're going to get mad. So whatever. Well, I guess that's enough of that. Hey, ride safe and ride free. Always ride safe and always ride free. That's the key.